I want to talk about Melonie Mac and Goonergate. Now, I made a video about this the other day, a longer video. This is a follow-up because a lot has happened. So apparently now, a lot of people in that community, the Gamergate community, that portion of the internet, are now understanding what it's like to have weaponized religious rhetoric thrown in their direction. Now they know how it feels. This is no surprise to me. Not only have gay people and trans people had to deal with this pretty much our entire lives, but we talked about Melonie Mac specifically. We've talked about her, people like her, like JDA, John F. Trent. Now we have Razorfist jumping in on it, a few more people that are falling behind this. We talked about this a year ago. We warned you guys about it. This is a problem that you allowed to fester. Melonie Mac and all of this religious nonsense, all this biblical nonsense that she's trying to smash down everybody's throat, this is something that we saw coming. We called it out, but you chose to ignore us because you needed her and people like her to give you numbers and legitimize your movement. So you put up with it. And now it's grown in your community, and now you are dealing with the ramifications of allowing that to happen, which is quite interesting to me. Now, here's the way I look at this. We had talked about what it feels like to be called perverts, degenerates, saying we were possessed by demons. We talked about this. We said this. We reached out to you guys and were like, this is not good. You shouldn't allow it. You retweeted her using the F slur. You allowed her to use all this language in your community by inviting her on your podcast, things like that. The quartering is even still backing her up in all of this. It's wild. And now, after saying you didn't understand, why are you guys upset about that? Why are you upset about being called these things? Only someone who's actually those things would be upset about them, right? That's what you were saying when all this was going on. And now you guys receiving just a drop in the bucket, a tiny drop in the bucket of all of this, being called those names. Now you understand why we were upset. Now you understand why it was a problem and why we called it out when we did. So this is your issue. She is your problem now, and it's only going to get worse because what she's seen, and a lot of people in her bubble now have seen, is that they feel as if there's been a huge victory politically. So socially, now they can start pushing a lot of these things that they wanted to push before, but they couldn't because they needed to wait until they got over the little hump of this past election. And now you guys are going to have to deal with it. A lot of you guys out there in the Gamergate community, now considered the Goonergate situation, you would have been more moderate. You probably would have agreed with us on a lot of issues, and we tried to make concessions, but you wanted to align with the unhinged crazies. And I'm saying that in the most cartoon way possible. You wanted to align with them, and now they are your problem. Melonie Mac is your problem, and it's only going to get worse for you.